Hello, good morning. You are welcome to this channel called Oyekon Oluwole TV. It's a channel where we try to make Nigeria develop, try to solve Nigerian problem. You see, no one will do that for us. It is you and I that need to do that. If they would have done it, they would have done it for long. If they have capacity or they are willing to develop Nigeria. So it is you and I that need to put camera like this in our front, begin to say something that will motivate, that will encourage, that will develop, that will teach us. Begin to, especially if you are educated or an elite, you could put something like this together to ensure that you are educating the masses, you are educating the populace. So ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about how to make Nigeria the most developed country in the world. How to make Nigeria the most developed country in the world. Well, I like you to know that the most developed countries in the world by name, China and USA, they were not like that. Just imagine, in the past 100 years, they were not like that at all. People were not trooping into US, people were not trooping into UK that much. But the few of them wake up to ensure that the nation develop, and that is what you and I must wake up to do in Nigeria. Nobody will help us, as I have said. We must do it. No China came to help USA to develop. No USA went to China to help China to develop. They may go there to contribute, but not we. Must be the key player. The citizen must be the key player. And now Oyekon Oluwole Basa have come to be the key player to seeing that Nigeria developed tremendously, especially Nigeria being more developed than other developed nations in the world. So that is why I have over close to 200 videos, over 150 videos on YouTube, trying to dish out the factors that will lead to positive development in the community, factors that will lead to positive development in the community. So this October, we've been dealing with how to make Nigeria the most developed nation in the world, and last week we were talking about how to help your community, your society. Today is going to be part 2. We're talking about how to develop Nigeria, part 1. We're talking about major causes. Okay, I've got it now. Major causes of Nigerian problem and solutions. So we traced this major causes of Nigerian problem to our mindset. We said build the best university. Let America come to Nigeria and let Nigeria go to America. The mindset will bring us back. The mindset will make us not to develop. The mindset will deteriorate the activities. And some of the mindset is what we are dishing out, that if we change this mindset, our society will develop positively. I wish a lot of Nigerians listening to this kind of program, it will really change. But unfortunately, what many Nigerians are listening to is more of the comedy, more of the drama, all of those kind of things that contribute little or no value to their lives. But then there is a time for that. Of course, me too, I do listen to that. So, but then we should also plan on developing Nigeria. That is how we are going to develop Nigeria. I like you to know that everyone who knows God must be contributing to a society positively. Anybody who have understanding of God, who carries the image of God, must be contributing to society, not only to his church, not only to his mosques, not only to whatever he believes on, whatever I believe in rather, but he must be contributing positively to the community. You see, if you want to really love God, you must love people. To love God simply means love people. To worship God means reference people, especially the poor. To love God simply means love people. In fact, the Bible, the Quran, almost all your religious book is saying that how will you say you love God when you don't love his creator, when you don't love human being, when you don't love your neighbor? Ladies and gentlemen, today is 9th. That is 9th of October. So I like saying date like that, 9th of October 2002. So let's get into it, since we carry the nature of God and we actually have the desire now to develop our nation from a little bit of introduction that I have given. Now let's go ahead and begin to see how do we go about it. How do we go about it, especially when you don't really have money, especially when you don't really have money or you don't really have the resources to involve in some infrastructural development, building of road, water, toilet, all these things. But you could do some things here that is mentioned. You and I are almost like the same. We don't really have the resources. So I will be talking, today's teaching will span on three subheading, 3 or 4. Some little habits that we should adapt to make Nigeria move forward. That is the first thing that I will be talking. Some habits that we should adapt to make Nigeria move forward. I think every Nigeria should be interesting to listen to this, especially when a doctor is talking, when a sociologist is talking. Some little habits to make Nigeria the greatest. Now, number 2 will be focused on the betterment of the society than yourself. After some little habit that will make Nigeria the greatest, the point number 2 will be focused on the society than yourself. Those are things to make Nigeria develop. So the table content 2 will be focused on the society than yourself. Focus on the society than yourself. That's what I will be talking about. Number 3 will be some organization that could help people. So now you focus on the society than yourself. You now see that other people need help. Maybe you have food to eat, you have house to rent, you have money to rent house, in fact you may even be educated, you may even have a car. But then there are other people who need help. There are other people who cannot access formal education. There are people who cannot access formal hospital, who cannot go to an orthodox hospital. There are other people who cannot even eat. There are other people who cannot fulfill their destiny. There are some organizations that could help them. I will mention it also. Now, maybe you even have a foundation. Maybe you want to start to help people. Some foundation that could help you. You that want to help your community, there are some foundation you could call to come and facilitate your community on your name. I'm going to also tell you that. So this program is just so powerful. It's just so powerful. Some practical ways to benefit from helping the poor. So we are going to spend nothing less than an hour as I begin to break down, because I'm going to break down this stuff gradually. Now let's go to point number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I like you if you feel like, but I will advise you to write some of these points. Point number 1, helping or considering others. This is the greatest way to live a maximized life here on earth and the life thereafter. Helping or considering others. Now, you see, as I travel, all of these points that I will be listed, they are what I have practically handled. I don't know, is Jesus Christ said, what we have handled is what we are telling you. Okay, I think it's Peter. So what we have handled is what we are telling you. All of these things what I have practically handled. Each of these things. That's why I will be trying to provide explanation. Number A. Let's go. Consider others or considering others. That is some habit to change. Number 1. Think of how to make life better for others. Dominate your heart with how can other people's life be better? How can prisoners reduce? Only young people in prison. We have 78,000 young people only in Nigerian prison. Now, how can that population reduce if not completely eradicated? How can that population turn to maybe 20,000? Only young people in Nigeria. We have 17 million Nigerian in diaspora just running out of Nigeria because of some horrible problem. 17 million. Okay, let's say 2 million did not run because of horrible problem, but let's say 15 million because one of the greatest things that chased them away. So think of how to make the society better, the community better. You see, let me tell you something. Those who actually make their community better, they were ordinary people like you and I will mention their name. Bill Gates, a dropout. In fact, I think I am better than Bill Gates in some ways. You and I are better than Bill Gates. He was a dropout, yet he went ahead to discover Microsoft. And listen to what Warren Buffett and American says. America said that before Bill Gates discovered Microsoft, America was crumbling. American economies was nothing to write home about. Japan, Korea, they were the one in charge of forefront of technology, moving society forward. But immediately Bill Gates, just one man, discovered Microsoft, the community sprung forwards. The community moved forward, the community developed, and today America is the second most developed, advanced nation in the world, apart from China. China just overtook America recently. So think of others. Now let's imagine that Bill Gates was thinking about himself. Do you think Microsoft, in fact, listen to what he was saying. He said, I want to demonetize computers such that the poorest people have access to the benefit that computer offers. That was one of the goals of Microsoft in its origin. He said he saw computers having a very great benefit. However, he saw that it was only the rich people, only the wealthy people. And that is what Steve Jobs too also do. Steve Jobs discovered that only the richest people in the community that was having, phones. Then he bring the price down. He ensured that. So that is what you and I should be working at. And this is what will make Nigeria develop, considering others more than ourselves. Number B, inconvenient yourself for others. Inconvenient yourself for others. Now, as I travel around Nigeria, I have lapped some people that don't have transport to pay. I have stood up from chairs, sit down in places that inconvenience me just for others. Now, when I do those things, I discover that I change people more than 20 years of them going to church. I discover that just this act of love to my community, to another, it changes them. Some of them say that if few people could be doing like this, society will develop. In fact, yesterday, one man said, because I help people. Yesterday, just like within the range of 1 kilometer, like a pole, from one pole to another, I helped 3 people. Now, let me say how I helped them. The first one wanted to enter the cab that I joined. The man said, do you have change? That one said, no change. I said, enter. We will look for change. So I checked my pocket, and thank God I saw change. The second one wanted to sit in the front, and a little child cannot sit in the front. And I stood up and come to the back. That is the second person who want to enter the cab. I stood up and get to the back of this thing so that one could sit in the front. Another one wanted to stop this thing. The man said that where you are going is that one did not have money complete. Just within one pole, within the distance of one pole, that one did not have money complete. It's money less 100 naira. It's money less 100 naira. It's money for transport. And immediately the man just want to verse and go, and I said, let him enter, even though I don't have surplus, because I work by budget. I was not having much. I don't go out with much cash. So that is just within one range of one pole. I helped 3 people. The man now said, if Nigerian, the man driving the taxi driver, and I said, if 50% of Nigerian could be doing like this, let those politicians be stealing all the old money that they can steal, Nigeria will develop. If people could be having heart to help, to love one another, to consider one another, Nigeria will develop. Let those in power, those in government, let them be stealing all the money, travel to UK, go and buy bread in Canada, go to China, buy rich watch, go to US, buy slippers, go to Dubai, go and eat, go to, as in, let them be useless in the phone like that. If we love each other like this, Nigeria will develop, and you and I, that is we the poor people, if we love each other like this, you and I will be happy. Point number 3, give people money when they need it, you will get another one. This is now, tell me the power that you used to get all those money. It is all by the grace of God that you have any money in your pocket. So if you see somebody who need 100 naira, 200 naira, don't hesitate, don't tie your pocket. Try to help, especially if you have power. You know what the Bible says? The Bible says, we told not good when you have power to do it. Don't tell somebody go and come back. That is, don't even think. We told mean do not think whether you should do good or not, so long as it will add joy to another person, especially when it will teach other people in that community how to behave well, how to look like Jesus Christ, how to be perfect. You see, let me tell you something, my listeners. The good act that you do preaches the gospel more than 20 years of going to church. The good act that you do preaches the gospel more than 1 million years of going to mosques. Just one good act, and I have, you see, everybody, love is the greatest thing. So everybody love. Everybody love, and everybody want to actually emulate. When you love people, you carry the nature of God, and nobody want to see God and not, be like God. As we transform, we become like God. As we seek Him. Now another point number D, listen to people's worries and try to find solution, or refer them to who have the solution. Listen to their worries. Don't always be in a hurry to listen to people's worries. Of course, you and I, you see, I am one of the busiest person in Nigeria. I think, let me begin to count what I am doing. Me that I'm saying that listen to people's worries, let me begin to count what I am doing. Number 1, I have work to do. Number 2, I am APC secretary. That is, I am employed in a company. Number 2, I am APC secretary, or in this our community, I am the secretary. That is, we go to some places, they call me for some place. Number 3, I have cows. I have my own farm that I do. Number 4, I think I have over 5 to 6 things. I'm preparing for exam. I'm preparing for high health exam. And I'm also teaching some people. So a whole lot of things like that. So if I am saying that, try to listen to others, even if you cannot help, don't assume. Try to pay attention to people's cries, people's worries. Just try to listen. Give them time that you will listen to them. If you are very, very busy, give them time. Call me around 6 a.m. I will listen to you, or meet me here. I will listen to you. Listen to people's worries. Then if you listen to their worries, if you cannot provide solution, refer them to who can provide solutions. Like, I'm going to teach you how to make referral now. I'm going to tell you some organizations of people who can actually help. When we get there, refer them. Just try to, in fact, you see, Jesus Christ was speaking in the Bible. He said, in the book of Luke, he said, ask and it shall be given unto you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. He now said that, which of you having a friend come to him in the night? Then he run to another friend to go and beg money or beg bread, to come and give that friend. So God, Jesus Christ even encourage us to, when we don't have, we go and borrow. Okay, that verse said, which of you having a friend and the friend come to him midnight? Then he discovered that in his house he have nothing to give to the friend because he didn't prepare for the friend. However, he ran to his second friend, and his friend said, no, I am sleeping, I'm with my wife, I'm with my family. And Jesus Christ said that though that friend would not wake up to help him, but because of that person importunity, continuous, persistent, keep on trying, he said that person will wake up and help that his friend. that person wake up and help that his friend, so that this his friend will go and help that his friend that have come from traveling and have nothing to eat. So Jesus Christ, our Lord and Pastor, I don't know where people see it in the Bible that don't borrow, you would never ever beg. Me, I will beg forever till I die. If that is what Bill Gates is begging, the richest person in the world is begging to help people. Me in particular, I would not beg. My salary is more than sufficient. But if it will be begging that will add joy to others, I will do. But let's continue. Try to smile to people, shake their hands and even hug them, especially people who are below you, who can't pay you other than to pray for you and learn morals from the heart. Try to shake people. Don't always be in a hurry, except maybe the person don't feel like shaking you, except maybe the person is bigger than you, except maybe some kind of things. But people below you, try to shake them. Try to provide. Don't provide them with hug. Provide them with hug. You get it? Especially people below you that will learn morals in order for them to replicate it to people who are below them. You see, I was talking to a politician. And the politician said that everybody who go into churches, they are always doing what their father is doing. Everybody who go into politics, they are always doing what another politician is doing. That is how life is. That is why Nigeria cannot develop. Now, if you go into politics, you are doing what Buhari is doing. So you see, and it is said that the current governor, the current president of Nigeria, brought Nigeria 32% backward. That's so somebody to fail 32%. This one is not F9. This one is F minus F9. That is minus 32%. Not as in. So now it is assumed that you want to go and do what he is supposed to do before he will sign you, before politician will back you up. It is assumed that you will go and do what your godfather is doing. That is why development will be hard. But you and I, in our micro level, we could be bringing positive development. So hug people, shake their hands, listen to them. Another point is that how to make Nigeria develop. You see, ladies and gentlemen, beyond all reasonable doubt, this will definitely make you and I to develop if we begin to consider others. Jesus by the Bible said, blessed is who considereth the poor, others. The Lord will deliver him in times of trouble. The Lord will set him high above all nations. Psalm chapter 41 from verse 1. Point F. In school or work, try helping the poor or the dull ones. Especially in schools, there are people that you are brilliant than. Especially in work, there are people that you are smarter than, there are people you are better than. Try helping them. Call your friend in school, teach him what he does not know. Teach him and encourage him to come again if he does not know it. It is more blessed to give than to receive. That is, you are being more blessed to teaching the person than the person who is receiving. Now the person who is receiving will use it to pass exam. The person who is receiving will know, and that knowledge will be with him forever. But God, who knows everything, said it is more blessed because it is him that will now come down and bless you, to give than to receive. So in your working place, everywhere, try to improve others. Try to make sure that others know what you know. And that's what I'm talking about. God knows everything that I know is on YouTube. Most of the things that I know today, I have put it on my YouTube channel, just like with where I am doing now. This is what